Well, as you can see, we are currently off grid, and we have found when you're off grid the biggest issue is water. So we're going to run through a few ideas of water conservation and just a few other little things we do when we are off grid. So one of the things we like to do is, of course, carry jerry cans of water in the car and a nice sized jug like this, which we top up out of the jerry cans, and this water we use in the kettle or to rinse our hands or to clean our teeth or to top up our water bottles, and then re-top it. And this is always available right here for any purpose we can think of. And the reason we do that is because it's much easier to top up jerry cans when there is an available source of water than it is to top up the caravan tanks.
And another way we like to conserve water when we're off grid is the use of these bowls. Now our sink is really massive, so we use that bowl to wash our dishes up in, and it does a good job. We leave the soapy water in there while it's warm, because then if we have another coffee we can wash our cups up in that same soapy water. When the water's a bit cold or a little bit grotty, we use it to wash our hands, or I then rinse it down the sink and give the sink a bit of a wipe. So that's very handy. I have the same in the bathroom here, just to catch any water if we're using the basin tap, and then we can rinse anything down the bowl. It does fold up, so when we're travelling they fold up, and they've got little silicone feet so they don't damage anything. Aside from that, we also mostly use hand sanitizer, and this is, unless our hands are visibly soiled, we use that and we take it everywhere, so that also saves water and cleans your hands up nicely. Another way we save water is the first few seconds of the shower running, the water's cold, so we pour it into this jug, we hold our thumb there, when we feel it's warm, turn the water off, put the jug down, and away we go with warm water. It probably takes about a quarter of a jug worth of cold water, so it's a good water saving technique. Once we've got our warm water running, we just wet ourselves down, turn the water off, using a body wash because it's easy to rinse off. We just soap ourselves up, get nice and clean, and then we turn the water back on for a final rinse. So I'm sure everyone already does it, but we do that just to, again, save a bit more water because the shower is a big water user. When it comes to being off-grid, we also want to be cautious of our gas. So we have our gas kettle, and if when we've boiled it we have any water left over, we stick it into our little thermos, and that stays hot for hours, and there happens to be enough water to make Doug a coffee, so I'm about to do that now. So Doug caught fish the other day, and before we were here, and we're going to have that for tea tonight. Now it's still quite solid, so what we do is, if it hasn't defrosted, without a microwave, we will stick that on the car dash in a bowl and keep an eye on it. But the sunlight through the dash actually helps defrost things quite well, so that's what's going to happen to that if it's not ready later.
I've noticed a lot of people are using Starlink these days. We don't have Starlink, we're still using the old-fashioned TV, and I actually enjoy a good DVD. Now, our last caravan had a DVD player built in. This one doesn't, and I can only assume because DVDs are now a little old-fashioned and out of date. Everyone's swapping over to Starlink. But I like a DVD, so we found a portable DVD player which plugs into the TV and it runs on USB. Now, we do have USB plugs in the caravan. We have one over there and we have one over there, but there'd be wires everywhere. So we found a small power bank to run our DVD player. Works a treat, and we can enjoy our movie. We're currently on Game of Thrones. Recommended if you haven't seen it.
So every day Doug has a look into our management cupboard, and he checks our water usage in the tanks, and he also checks how our batteries are managing. We also have an inverter in there, but we only turn that on when we want to use it to power up things like laptops, etc. So our solar panels on the roof are adequate for what we need. It's like Doug says, live within your means, so we find that easy for us at the moment. But if we have a cloudy or an overcast day, Doug also has a solar blanket that he can plug in to help our batteries top up. So every day he has a look in the cupboard, he's checking the water, he's checking our battery use, so we can monitor our daily living habits and stay within our means and stay off grid a little bit longer. So that's what we do.
And we like to use the inverter during the day so the batteries can top up before nightfall.
That one.